leeks, some shallot, celery, diced up carrot, diced up potato. I'm going to be making pasties. Okay, on a medium heat, not super high, medium, the pan, just a little bit of olive oil, there's plenty of moisture in the vegetables. I'm going to put in the leek, shallot, celery. Okay, I'm going to saute that probably for about the next 3 or 4 minutes. We'll come back and add the carrot and that'll be going for 2 or 3 minutes. Starting to soften a little, which is good. Now I'm going to add all the potato and carrot. Again, lots of moisture in vegetables. So I don't need. I'm going to add a cup of chicken stock shortly. I'm just getting the vegetables so they're off al dente. You don't have to take them right back to they're soft because they're going to go in the pastry anyway. And they will certainly keep cooking in the oven in the pastry. And I'm going to add now a bit of herb. Now this is just spag bog mixed herb. Now I don't even use this spag bog mix when I make spag bog. I like the herbs that are in there. So just probably about 3/4 of a teaspoon. We're going to add some black pepper, which I love, and just a sprinkle or two of dried parsley. That's that done. On the rare occasions I'll add a little bit of salt, but I like using onion salt when I make these pasties. Not much. Just talking just a little bit. Now that's it. I'm going to be cooking this for about another 5 minutes without the chicken stock, and let the potatoes and carrots saute in the pan, and then I'll add the chicken stock, put the lid on, cook it for about just another 5 or 6 minutes. Turn it off, I'll let it go cold, and then when I make my pasties up, I'll be putting that into them. Right, I'll show you a bit more in a second. Alright, I've been cooking for about 3 or 4 minutes, and we're at the stage. There's certainly still firm vegetables. But at this stage, I'm going to be putting in a cup of chicken stock. And what this is going to do, it will bring the vegetables to be softer. Again, like I say, not completely soft, but it will be just mush, it'll be mash. So you've got to sort of time this. But now, so stick the lid on for about 5 minutes. Let it do its magic. Right, it's been about 4 minutes. I'm going to take the lid off now, because that chicken stock is just to flavour the vegetables. So I will now keep cooking this for about 4 or 5 minutes. I'll let some of that water evaporate, because there's plenty of water coming out of the vegetables as well as that chicken stock. So let us do a job, and I'll just show you. Just find a potato. Right, press it. It's still firm, but it's getting very close to how I want it. You see that chicken stock starting to evaporate now. We're pretty close. Another couple of minutes. And you don't need to go by what I say in minutes, you just check, pull a bit of the vegetable out of the pan, try it with your fork. Oh, that's too hard still, just keep going. Again, when you turn this off, it will keep cooking. So I'm only a couple of minutes away. I'm saying this is done. So it'll be about half cooked if you like, but when I leave it in the pan with the lid on, the heat will still keep coming, and then you'll end up with just a perfect product to put in your pasties. I am going to go downtown and get a little bit of mince, because I like a bit of meat in my pasties. You don't have to. You would have this just as a vegetable pasty, if you so choose, VMAC. But I like a bit of meat in there, so that's what they will be, meat and vegetable pasties. And if you kept cooking this and added a bit more chicken stock, you've got vegetable soup. So it's a versatile combination. Alright, I'm going to put the lid on, turn it off. That heat will keep it going, it will slightly evaporate. I'll actually just turn it slightly on an angle so we can get a bit of evaporation to continue. But we're now going down the shop to get some protein. Back soon. Right, this is the vegetable mix that I made up. And it's just got a little bit of moisture in, that's good. And the veggies are al dente. You can bite through them, but they're not cooked all the way through. Right, let's cook some mince. Now there's about, I'm guessing, a pound of vegetables, so I'll put in about 3/4, maybe half a pound of mince to cook up. Let's do that now. Right, I've got medium heat, not hot, just medium. Now I've got about, I don't know, 2/3 of a pound, maybe 3/4 of a pound of ground beef. And there's only a tiny little bit of oil in there, you don't need it because this is 80-20, so there's a bit of fat in there. And all I'm going to do is going to break it up, keep cooking it, probably about 15-20 minutes, so all the moisture's gone. And then I'll add the veggies to this, and we'll have our mix ready to go in the pasties. You don't need to hang around for 20 minutes. Just do a little bit of, I am just going to add a little bit of seasoning. Because this mix is going in pastry, you don't get an opportunity to add seasoning later. So just a little bit of salt. Like you know, I don't normally add salt, but just a touch of salt because I'm seasoning the meat. Plenty of black pepper. And we're just going to keep cooking this through till it's basically like a dried mix finish, so it's not wet, because you don't want anything wet going into pastry at all. But again, this has got to cool down before I do the pastry and make up the pasties. Alright, when you finish playing with this, and we'll come back. Only a few minutes later, I wanted to show you this because you can see all the liquid, all the water coming out. You'll see heaps of it. See that? We're going to be cooking that off. It's going to evaporate literally into thin air. We'll be keep doing this. Still got a fair bit of moisture to cook off. In about 7 minutes. Just keep going. Cooking is not about time. Cooking is when it's done. Well, we're a few minutes later, and I'll just show you now a lot of that moisture has gone. A lot of this is now fat that comes out of this, which I will literally get some paper toweling when I finish cooking it and take as much of the fat out. You can strain it, but I don't. I just put a bit of paper toweling. We're pretty close, but now that all the water's gone, it's cooking in the fat, so it'll add a little bit of caramelization or flavour. Of course, don't walk away and read a book, because it won't be caramelised. It'll be furnaced. Alright, this is nearly finished. Alright, I'm happy with that. That looks really good. Got a nice bit of caramelisation happening to the meat because it's frying in the oil. I'm going to let this cool down. Put the pan on a slight angle. And any residue fat will come here. I will just take out with a paper towel. When this cools down, I'll mix it with the veggies and then we'll get started on making the pasties. Okay, we have mince is cooled down. I'm going to put that with the vegetables. We're just going to stir it around. 2/3 veg and 1/3 meat, which is good. Right, now we've got to thaw some pastry and we'll make some pasties.